push into the A site, and this is exactly what TENSTAR were kind of hoping for. There's 4 players here ready to fight. This won't be expected for Team Liquid, and although a couple of kills go their way, they still haven't been able to safely get that spike across to the site. The rotations have come in. There's 10 seconds left to get it planted, and we're into the 2v2. As this plant's about to be attempted, the door will swing open. Cray tempted into going for a wide pick. The turret almost takes him down. Scream on low HP needs a kill quickly, and he'll be dropped. Nevera's alone, a man who previously clutched out with an ace on a map. Pistol round on this map, but never mind.
Historically was incredibly good for them. I still remember Scream's Phoenix on this map was something I really enjoyed. And this is incredibly aggressive. Link just holding that flank, watching for anybody trying to push through. The rest of the team in the meantime have made their way through middle. He's going to line up and get himself a couple of extra headshots. 3 players already dropped. And well, it would have to be pretty nuts from Stanley. Nice shot for the first at least. And Brody now being spotted and having control of the spike, but realistically, he is surrounded.
Yeah, he's dropped the spike, but he never really got in control. Catch some of these players out. Polvi is rotated in. He's got a kill on A, excuse me. He's found a kill on mid, and now he's looking to get a kill on B. This guy's been absolutely everywhere. He even got that frag onto Link, leaving Nevera to try and clutch it out yet again. This time, not a pistol round, but he will need an ace. He's at least found the second, but on the back side, lurking away is going to be Brody, and catching him on the walk over. He's passive all the time. In fact, most of the rounds have been aggressive. This time, Polvi's punished, taken down immediately. Here comes the Hunter's Fury, getting a little bit of damage, destroying the lockdown, and even finishing off Russ. Good trade back for them at least, but they still need to stop the site push if it does come in. The Cosmic Divide buys a lot of space for Team Liquid to walk on out, but they are going to start to retreat and look for some success elsewhere.
So that was an attempt to destroy the lockdown from the defenders, and in response, rawkus used his Hunter's Fury to try and kill off Sova and killed off someone else. That is probably the most cursed I've ever seen anybody dying to a counter Hunter's Fury that wasn't aimed for you. Stanley, he's only going to get one. The peek into mid grants them something at least, and there's still a lurker waiting over on the A site. This round is looking rough at the moment for TENSTAR, and they're going to need a huge hero play to even stand a chance.
Now with 30 seconds left on the clock, Liquid are shifting back towards A, so it's going to have to be Cray to save the day. Let's see exactly what he can do here in the turret up close. The stars going down into heaven, the Lear, but he can still see. He's close enough to them, and their screen dropped, but now they know where he is, and they're quick to trade. Leaving it down to a 1v3, and Brody's going to have a tough time even getting back into the site now with the door closed.
Spike planted.
Yeah, again, this comes down to a mistake. I don't think there can really be anything else here for the side of Liquid to lose this round. He's obviously used his Hunter's Fury earlier in the round. Does have a couple of shock darts, but even the turret is going to be annoying at this point.
Damage, but Polvi wanted to try and get that early skirmish down. He gets...
Oh,
no. That Stanley shut down on the crossover. Yumpi's going to take all this space, but look, is on an off angle. Brody was waiting for that. Catching him off guard, trading it out, and putting it into a winnable position again. 3v3, lockdown, online for TENSTAR, but I don't know that they'll get a choice to use it if this is an A hit. Liquid will be running into 2 players. In fact, maybe they won't be running into them. Polvi's starting to get aggressive, and he will have seen the barrel there. Scream's position. Known to be around here. He has dropped down, and he'll get the jump on him. Good damage, good follow-up, run and gun, but why not when your opponent's got a Marshal? Now all they need to do is deal with this player on the site, Brody. They know he's here. They saw him earlier on. He got a kill towards main, but now he's repositioned, and that'll be the perfect time to strike. Sadly, only good for the one.
The thing is as well, if he survives even a few more seconds, Cray is in position. He's actually going to try and use his lockdown for the 1 versus 2. He's also got a nano swarm for if they attempt to break the door. Instead, both players are actually just going to fade out of the site and look to play it together on the retake. It's going to be given away by the bot as well, and I feel like this is a nigh on impossible scenario to win. Already both players peeking out, and Scream is not going to miss that one.
Currently, they have some of the most tactical... what was that out of Cray? He's going in for wallbang pre-fires, out for one for us. Oh, it's so awkward. And a shock dart trade. Okay. Blade Storm and a Polvi.
It's got rid of the turret. The turret's gone. He's perfectly placed to come in from behind. It's so lucky that that was the one player they took down. It got rid of everything that was covering the flank. And now it's left all onto Yumpy. Rifle in hand. 1v2 turns it, well, almost back, but they actually have to spend a little bit of time breaking the wall. I actually quite like that idea. And then also the slow is going to make it even worse. So, although they haven't actually been able to deny it, they wasted some time. Russ, you're a madman. I guess he's already used his utility, so just decided to take an incredible risk. And Polvy's got backwards. What's going on?
I couldn't tell you. I feel like there was a little bit of miscommunication there in the timing to push through. The players in Con had to push with Polvy. He was sacrificing himself. He was making the noise. Now Brody's left alone. 1v2, Recon. That's a go out. That's going to actually get the reveal on the player down below. That's a little bit dangerous. Not a good angle for wall banging, though. It's a good planned spot. Nice and safe. And now Brody has the info on both players, but he needs to wait for Nevera to peek. The problem is, look, who's getting a little bit itchy down below? It's Yumpy who gets caught off guard. Now the operator will be the last man standing.
Oh!
And Brody deals with him. 7 on the board for TENSTAR at the half. And TENSTAR have had a fantastic start. They need to step it up now, and well, that's a good start for Yumpy, taking Polvy out right away and spotting that play that's coming in towards B.
Oh, it's an awkward fight. That's actually the spike. Down, Yumpy! He is on one today. Like, we've seen him recently taking off this jet. I think he's making a damn good argument why they should never do that ever again, because he has been flawless in this map so far. It must be edging towards...
Oh, no.
He's been almost flawless in this map so far. Now, as you mentioned, they do have that Blade Storm online, but in terms of any other ultimates, there's not much to play with, so this is going to be a tough one. They have saved a lot of utility, though. Like, for example, Soulcast has every single piece.
Might not be a bad retake in, but we're going to be looking at Yumpy to do a lot of the damage with that Blade Storm. He's been huge with it so far, and it doesn't start out too well. Stanley dealing with him, getting a second as well on the board, and Scream, although he'll retrieve a rifle, has 3 players to take down, and his teammates behind him are just getting mowed. Ooh. Great little lurk out of Cray and B main.
Trying to bait them in. Maybe trying to make them think that there's only a solo player there. Instead, the shock dart coming over the position of Scream means he can escape all too easy, and they've got 30 seconds left. If they want to switch this up, they have to go now. Instead, they're just going to be pushing into a 3-man stack into the blender for the side of TENSTAR. This round is looking bleak as they have a lot to find.
A lot of work to be done for TENSTAR as they push on in. So many of Liquid's players are here, and the wall bangs are dealing with them immediately. Oh, Scream, you're in a bit of trouble. You would have thought, but this guy is just running it down. Cray deals with him, but there's only 5 seconds left. The round is already done. Cray won't even get out with a rifle.
They've also got so much utility to delay. You have that Astra Star that can potentially just be turned into a smoke. You've then got the Nano Swarms as well, so this is going to become very difficult for TENSTAR to get out. And again, they don't really have the time to switch their play up to another side of the map.
This could be bad for Scream. He seems to be kind of out in no man's land right now as the push comes in, and he'll at least find the one to heal up on the back of the Empress, and he is doing a damn good job of staying alive in a very awkward spot. This is the freedom that an agent like Reyna gives Scream to play with in a 5 versus 2 that should almost definitely be around for Liquid with coming up on 10 seconds left on the clock. The question is, can TENSTAR even save some of these rifles through? And I don't think so. Liquid might well hunt them down afterwards. We'll see as the time runs out on the round.
Scream is going to try and kill them. 100%. Like, there is no way that Scream doesn't go for a kill here, and he's going to get away with it as well. Don't
He's thinking about it. He wants to do it.
Even with a paranoia.
He's sending it, and Scream shut him down immediately.
Paranoia a bit late.
His teammate ready now to go out for a little bit more, and he is absolutely farming. He just used Empress, and he's almost got it back online. Could give them an opportunity to fight back in. They know that Cray is probably up close, and Scream was just holding that. The headshot found immediately. Now the man advantage is theirs. They have a lockdown, but using that, there's a bit of time. There's a bit of time, but the kills are going their way. Russ being held on the walkout, peeks after the recon, but it's just nothing going their way, man. Every single duel goes to Team Liquid, and they've now pushed up to 12 rounds. Altogether, it's been a pretty neck-and-neck fight for the first half, and then coming into this one, Liquid have just had full control. At early peek out of Screen. He doesn't even dismiss, man. He looks for more. That's the confidence he's feeling right now. It's flowing through his veins. One shot here from Yumpy. There you go. Cray down as the smoke fades, and it's into a 2v4. No, not a 1v4. Russ manages to find that, but walks right into Yumpy after. Spike down. Brody alone in a 1v3 with the Bulldog. This is not looking ideal. He's at least got time on his side, Tom.
Yeah, he's had a clutch or two. He's been one of the better players for sure, but he needs an absolute miracle here. Yumpy holding the angle. You got Navira almost trying to bait him into a bit more of a swing. Link also alongside him. Like the chances are slim, and well, they're now none. 13-8.
Liquid is just getting off to a start.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised they still lent into this map after we saw how good Liquid looked on it versus Fnatic, but I guess they just think they can do better, which, hey, they were a team that also beat Fnatic as well, so fair play to them. Start, though, not exactly going great. They are being utterly slaughtered in this pistol round. Not a single kill going their way so far, and there's only one man left.
Yeah, that was a real blink and you miss it pistol round coming out of TENSTAR. They have been absolutely destroyed. He knows what's up. Well, 5v4. TENSTAR going to be blitzing out here, and Scream is taking a bit of an aggressive spot. Still has the dash online to get him out of sticky situations, and he's dropped the spike. 17 seconds left as they go for it, and down goes Scream. Palvi taking some big scalps in this round already. That nade, a little bit too late getting in there, so TENSTAR will get away with the plants at a 4v3 retake. Liquid at the disadvantage on the way in, and rawkus takes a big hit, followed up by Stanley. All of a sudden, this is looking incredibly winnable. The gap in the wall is used, though, to sneak around Palvi for a third. Yumpy alone, and he still needs to defuse. The time is not on his side. He needs to hunt them down. The turret is about to finish him off. 1-1, TENSTAR bounce back in round 2. Oh, Tom,
Did someone else shoot it for him? I think they might have done. So it didn't actually give anything away, so they actually kept Scream alive in the corner, and he's been able to find the shots. Now Yumpy just... What? Defenders have got 4 players now coming into the B site, ready and waiting for this push to come in from TENSTAR. Sure, they brought back their star player, but now everybody moving in the same direction. Snakebite going to attempt to try and deny it, and they also have the blast packs. This was the problem in the games the other day, is the soulcast just kept destroying the wall, and a lot of teams don't really have another plan. If that wall doesn't work, they have to now just try and kill off the remainder. Scream in a very awkward position. The knives have all disappeared, and he's left with just a classic, which at this point we know kind of sucks.
Oh, the push around the side is caught, the recon out, and it feels like they're fully in control. 10 seconds left, spike dropped on the floor, and it's all left down to Brody.
Okay.
A solid attempt with the 3K, but barely any time. Even getting this plant is impossible at this stage, and the round is done and dusted. Even saving the weapon's going to be impossible. A good attempt by TENSTAR starting out here on Icebox. Obviously, you expect him to take the operator based on agent, but not based on who he is and the teammates that he has. But sometimes it does just show how strong of an operator agent Jet can be. Let's see what Scream can do with it. Down on the site, nice easy spray out. Yumpy taking 3, but the answer back is there immediately, and Stanley is now all of a sudden potentially able to win this round. rawkus shuts it down, but they should not have lost.
Talk about Angels being such a big part of this map. Brody regaining some control, but again, the time is ticking. 25 seconds, Mitch. They still have to try and get control of the site, and Yumpy is just waiting for them, but he actually goes swinging in. Maybe gives them the opener they need.
Now Scream's under a lot of pressure. The dash still online, but an operator is not ideal for this kind of fight. So many players around him. There's the first found. He'll back out, create more distance, and find another. And now all that's left is Palvi. 5 seconds, the round's already run. 1, excuse me, and it looks like Palvi's gonna run away from Scream with 29 HP left. The pistol's out and Navera's flanking.
I think they personally have stronger maps. I think they picked this because it used to be the permaban of Liquid. Liquid have already had to play in this tournament. It looked decent. Now they're playing it again. It still looks decent. In fact, Scream maybe making a case that he should be using the operator a little bit more. He's gonna get isolated again. But it doesn't matter. soulcast is there, and he's tearing them a new one.
Russ as well has definitely been catching some attention.
I'll be a little bit sad, though, if we get only 2 maps, because that means we don't get the agent I most like watching Russ on, which is actually his Sky. I think his Sky has been incredible in this tournament, but they picked 2 maps, or they've gone on to 2 maps where it's not really played. Now this round he's doing incredibly well on the Sage. He's found 2 openers for them. soulcast, this is so ballsy. Like, you deserve to get shot in the head for that. I'm not gonna lie.
Even in a showstopper online, he's just going for it, man.
It was just almost sheer disrespect to try and find that kill, and they do still have... Oh no, please. This was 2 versus 5. I know that it's quickly diminished into a winnable round, but it should not be winnable for Liquid. I think if they lose this, it's the nail in the coffin.
It's just Scream trying to get around that wall for so long that it just breaks. I love it. Paul, oh no, oh please, Tom, please. I love TENSTAR, I really do. I don't want them to lose, not like this. It's a 2v2.
Oh, he's got stuck on the rope!
The fuse is coming in, there's Hunter's Fury, the recon, the flank coming through as well. It's secured, there's no way they lose this at this stage. Thank God.
Oh, I feel like if you could almost just make like one of those meme compilations of just like bad things happening to Scream from this round alone. Like he got stuck on the wall, and then a few seconds later, he's trying to dash out and get stuck on a little bit of the.
He stacked up a side, and it's Scream on this off that caused so much trouble before. He's not going to land the first or the second, an easy shot, but a big whiff. There goes the showstopper to deal with Polvi. 10 seconds left. The plan still to come through. TENSTAR need to rush it in. They'll secure it by the looks of things. Not too much of a worry for them. Russ has gone down! They've killed the planter with the Hunter's Fury! Oh, that is such a heartbreaking round. It looked like it was going to be clean and easy, and instead, complete vacuum of information. And that means they're going to play aggressive, Tom. They're going to probably peek out on some angles, and that's where Paul V gets caught in the open.
Someone told me the Classic was dead, but it's still going to win out that duel. And yeah, this is already going to be a fairly simplistic half. But as long as as long as Yumpy, he actually went swinging. He's like, right, I'm ready to fight, guys. Like, Yumpy, you have the spike. You have the spike. Shot dart will go down. Leaves Link a little bit lower. And actually, Stanley has found a kill onto Soulcast. Scream almost caught out, and I think they're expecting a repeat from him. A passive sheriff is not something that's ever been uttered before, so chances are he's still going to be looking for those fights. Unfortunately, with losing that wall early, they don't really have anything to fight back with, but they are finding those extra few shots, and they're going to start getting Cray onto the defusal. The wraparound is a little bit late from Navira, but it is slowly coming through the wall. It's actually going to break perfectly in time, and although Cray was ready, we have seen them try to individually fight against these players, and I think that definitely has played against them. Now, Polvi is going to get the opener here. Link is just ready and waiting. It doesn't seem to matter what agent he's on. He's got that lurk down to a T, and may even pressure to try and get the ultimate orb. Is he going to get found on the flank? No, he actually turns around and then kills Russ as well. They were watching and waiting to try and shut out Link. Instead, they've lost A control, and they've lost everyone else. Scream is only using one bullet at a time. I feel like he's somehow changed his Vandal to a single shotgun. I didn't know that was possible, but he doesn't even bother firing a second bullet anymore.
Why would you? With the form that he's on today, it works. The defuse is going to be attempted, but I doubt this is going to get all the way through. Navera is rushing him down and taking the kill. And although he'll take him down with Polvi falling right after, it has no
teams. But when it comes to the cream of the crop, they're not there yet.
Funny thing is, they look very good on Liquid's pick. That is some great aggression out of Polvi. Not afraid, and that's the thing that we complimented TENSTAR for. Not afraid to make aggressive plays. They've had the advantage in the early round at one stage of 5 versus 3, and now the numbers are equalized yet again. TENSTAR basically on the back foot, considering all the positions that Liquid have. Scream starting to apply the pressure. The right click doesn't land. Brody gets away with 2.
Nice.
3 to close the round.
Utility not yet placed either, so there's not really that much to use. He does have himself the screen, so he can try and isolate them a little bit, and actually will do just that. They don't even clear him properly. Giving a couple of kills before there's a response from Yumpy. They've got time to at least push and probe. You can see the patient play. Navira even going to go watching to try and find the players on the flank. Cray maybe in trouble. In fact, though, catches the timing onto Yumpy again. And maybe there is still some life in this TENSTAR squad, as they're going to get a couple in a row. Or in their hands, even.
Oh, Polvi up on top of the wall. I love it, man. Varying aggression, the confidence really flowing. You can see it now. This is what I was missing for a lot of that first half. We saw it initially coming out. We complimented TENSTAR for constantly playing aggressive and not really giving Liquid the respect that a lot of teams would. Because teams will look up to guys like Liquid, especially players like Scream, Yumpy, but TENSTAR were just disrespecting them at times, and that's what you need to do. Right now, Polvi's already garnered them a 2-man advantage. And when you look at Team Liquid, they're going to go right back into this operator yet again. That's another opportunity for Polvi Connected.
Yeah, it almost looks like he's stat padding at this stage. Every single member wants to try and take him out, and it just hasn't been going too well. Soulcast, the last man standing. A 1 versus 5 that looks nigh on impossible. already being flanked, slowed, and left in a corner. They can even just wallbang him past the box, and nothing to come of this round again.
Anyone, super passive play out of TENSTAR. Giving up a lot of control on this one. They're stacked up, ready for the retake. But they're going to have a tough time, honestly. This judge in particular, holding down those narrow alleyways, and now with the Viper's Pit active, Tom, I'm going to be honest, I'm favoring Liquid right now, but rawkus goes down. That should be it. And a big whiff out of Nevera, drops that Viper's Pit, leaves Scream to try and take these duels alone, and with a Sheriff in hand, he wasn't able to get it done. Yampy backs him up from afar for the 1v2, but that defuse can come through. It's not planted for Yampy at all, and Cray was watching it. Very close round. Kind of needs to be out in the open, considering last time they lost it off the easy defuse location. TENSTAR are already kind of gearing up to push back in. They've droned out. They're keeping them at bay. With this lockdown coming into effect, what's the response? It's actually to push in. It's to look for the fights now. They're kind of limited on time, though. They've got to go quickly and destroy it, and they've done exactly that. Things are looking good for the TENSTAR side for just a moment until Nevera pipes up. And now we need someone else. Link on the backside needs to be caught by Cray on this push around. He's seen him, but not landed the shot. Polvi alone, up 1v3. Time is against him. There's the first. Has the info on exactly where Link is. He's checking a bomb, and that could have been an absolutely beautiful clutch.